Hello boys and girls, today I'm going to show you some techniques for coloring in your Sandra Silbersweg portraits. So we're going to color in these portraits with chalk pastels. If you don't know what chalk pastels are, they're just the flaky kind of chalk. So when you're coloring in with chalk pastels, I suggest starting with big areas and creating really nice blends of colors. With chalk pastel, it's really easy to blend colors and create these really cool ombre effects. So you can see these are all warm colors in rainbow order, and it's slowly changing from red to orange to yellow, now back to orange. So the next color I'll add is red. So when you're using chalk pastels, what I do is I get the piece of chalk, and if I'm coloring in a big section like this, I'll actually just put the chalk sideways and lightly press on the paper. I don't need to press so hard, because if I press really hard, it creates a lot of chalk dust, which gets pretty messy pretty easily. I can leave it like this so there's some black paper showing underneath, because as you're working on your chalk drawing, you can blend it as you go. So I like to use just a tissue for blending. I just wrap the tissue around one finger and then gently rub the paper. And this will help the chalk cover all the areas of the paper, but it also makes it easy to blend in with the next color. Good. So you can see this creates a really nice warm color blended effect. These are all analogous colors in the color wheel. That means they're neighbor colors. They're next to each other. So if you're doing big areas, you can again do this sideways technique. If you're coloring smaller areas, you can hold the chalk like a pencil. So let's say, since I use warm colors for the cheek, I'll add some cool colors for the eyes, and I'll hold it like a pencil, just color in. But since this area is so small, I can actually do my blending with a cotton swab. So I can get a cotton swab and gently blend in this area. It's good to blend in the areas because it removes all that excess chalk dust. And it's really nice because we inked our outline that the chalk dust will stay inside each segment. So blow the chalk away, and you can see I have a nice blue section. So let's say I'll make this one darker blue. So as you're going, you want to think really carefully about your color choices. You want to make sure your colors really go well together and they create a nice harmonious look. You might notice that some of your chalk is getting a little messy because maybe other people were also using it and the chalk dust has gotten on it. So you can easily clean the chalk pastels just by wiping it with a tissue, if you like. I definitely suggest wiping away extra chalk dust off the lighter colors. They're a little more vibrant. If you want to practice blending with chalk, I can also give you a scrap paper and you can practice mixing some colors to see what color effects you like on a scrap piece of paper. So this can be a quick practice. If you want to add tiny details to your art, I'm going to say it's going to be hard to do it with the chalk because the chalk can rub away so easily. So instead, to add tiny details, we can use these chalk pencils. I really like the white wooden charcoal pencil in particular because it creates a really nice bright white, which will be good for inside of the eyes. This would also be good for some details in your art. I also have colorful chalk pastels that are in pencil form like this, and these would be good for any place you have really tiny details that you just can't get it with the normal chalk. Once you've added one layer of chalk pastel, you can even overlap with the chalk pencils to add more details. So maybe I can add some more details to this. Maybe I'll add some stripes. Just like Sandra Slibbersweg, she adds a lot of patterns to her art, so you can add those really fun, tiny details with these chalk pastels. Have fun, enjoy creating your art!